Hello and welcome to this incredibly strangely lit episode of the Tomcast. So I have here these 3 boxes. These actually arrived much earlier in the week, and I've been waiting and waiting to open them, but I figured I may as well wait and open them on camera for all y'all. So this is a restock. So now I will have a handful of all copies of my books on hand for people who want to purchase them, so long as the prints turned out okay. Now, I'm sure I've talked about this on other Tomcasts, but it's sort of a combination of going with a print-to-order publisher, self-publisher, and also the nature of the design of my books makes it so that sometimes the prints may not be how I want them to be, and so it's always a little scary when I open these boxes, because I really hope that everything turns out all right. And so we've got volume 2 here. First book looks good. So really all I'm looking for is errors with the bleed. So if I see a bunch of like white edging because the pages got cut improperly, that's what I'm looking for. These look great though. So far so good. That's great. Here's some volume 3s. Let's see, also all look really good. Oh, that's exciting. And yeah, these are, if you saw my recent video about my new books, these are all so much thicker. It's a little jarring, honestly, how much thicker these books are than, oh wait, these are volume 4. Oh, good. Oh, that's great. I haven't had volume 4 in stock for like the better part of 3 years at this point. So it's really cool to like have multiple copies of volume 4. So yeah, all right, great. So that's 1 box down. Those all looked good. Let's keep it rolling here. So while I am opening and checking these, I can talk about some other stuff I've been wanting to talk about on the Tomcast for a while. Pardon me, pardon the mess. Did I order this many copies of volume 2? My goodness. So other thing I wanted to talk about, here's some volume 3s, was Elliot, my webmaster helper, is working on revamping the 515comics.com website. I don't know why I'm putting these all in my chair. Now I can't sit back down. That's good work, Tom. Anyway. So Elliot and I have been working on the layout for the 515comics.com page, turning it a bit more into the landing page that it needs to be, updating the store. I bring all that up to mention, firstly, don't go to 515comics.com right now because it's really, really old. I haven't updated it in a really long time. I'll probably make another video once we get it all up to code, up to what I want it to be. Oh yeah, nice. Oh my gosh. So that's going to be the plan there. In the meantime, if you would like to purchase any of these most excellent books, which are all great, they all came out great. I'm so happy. So if you need any or all copies of the first 4 volumes of Nextus, I've now got them in stock. I've got really nice copies all in stock. I'm really thrilled about that. They all just look so great. So I'll be reaching out to a couple folks who had recently purchased some copies and were interested in all of them. I just didn't have all of them, so I'll be reaching out to you guys soon enough. But in the meantime, yeah, like just reach out to me directly. Send me a message wherever you're seeing this video. Reach out to me on Facebook. I don't really use Twitter, but I'll check it. But yeah, so yeah, if you would like to purchase these books from me, we can just kind of do a direct like PayPal transaction for now. Eventually, I will have the store set back up, so it'll be a little bit easier to purchase from me without having to like finagle over social media with me. But this is great. This feels really good to kind of have this stock built back up. So at this point, like I have enough that like, you know, I think I made it so that I've got about 10 copies of everything, which isn't a ton. I don't usually like to have boxes and boxes of these books sitting around, partly because they're expensive and partly because then they're just sitting around, you know. I'm not really going to shows, and I don't really expect that 2021 that's going to change. I don't see myself going to a whole lot of cons, but at this point I could, because the main thing that I like to sell at cons is books. That's the main thing that I like to show that I have. And yeah, for the past couple of years, I had like 1 or 2 copies of Volume 3 and no copies of Volume 4, and so it just felt especially weird. Like, not to mention that I really couldn't go anyway, but it felt very weird that it's like I don't even have like the full print of, you know, like it feels weird to go to a show and be like, yeah, there's more books, so if you really like this and you want to buy it, that's cool, and I'd love to sell you more of them, but I can't. Like, so now that I can replenish the stock, now that I have kind of a stock saved up, that's great. So now I can promote the books more online. I can sell books at a show if I decided to go to a small show or something this year. Great. But yeah, I guess speaking of that, so one of the next videos I'm going to talk a little bit about the budget and the Patreon money, because I have been making more money with Patreon, and that's really cool, and I want to kind of figure out like what are the exact business costs and how much of that is covered by Patreon, what's left over, if anything, and what am I going to do with it. So this was purchased with my own money. I mean, that's how it goes a lot of times, is that I will invest in my business. And now that the book weight has changed, the cost per book has changed, and so you know, selling these is great, but it pretty much just guarantees that I can replace them. So that's going to be my plan, is any of these that sell, the money for that is pretty much just going to go towards replacing that copy, and every time I sell a handful of books, I'll have enough to replace, like I'll get a bonus book, right? So anyway, I feel like that's enough. I got to unbox these. They all turned out great. If you need copies of the books that I wrote and drew, and you like sci-fi and you would rather read a physical book than read my comic online, leave me a comment. Say that, hey Tom, I want to buy your books. Why didn't you tell me you had books? I think I tried to tell you I have books. I tell a lot of people I have books. Anyway, now you know I have books and you can buy them from me. They're $20, and that's it. All right, let's call it good there. Thanks as always for watching, and you guys keep your stick on the ice.